It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NFL.
Goff out of the gun. Montgomery to his right. Jared's got it back and looking, throwing right side. Wants Amon-Ra. End zone. Got it. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. What a delivery that time by Goff, where only Amon-Ra with those late hands could pull it in. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing even once again here in Baltimore. Goff up under center. Turns, gives. Amon-Ra flips it out to Gibbs. He's in the house, baby. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Oh, that is beautiful. Goff hands it to Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra flips it to Gibbs, and the Lions have got the lead back. Goff takes, turns, gives to Montgomery. Two hands on that football. There he goes over the right side. 25, 20, cuts to the right at the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Demo to the house, 31 yards, and the Lions have put this game on ice.
The Detroit Lions beat the Baltimore Ravens 38-30. Detroit running the ball. 224 yards on the ground. Baltimore used to play defense and have a strong running game. They did not have a strong running game. They ran for less than 100 yards. The defense, they gave up 41 points to Buffalo, gave up 38 to Detroit. But now they can throw the ball. It's like a new personality for the Ravens.
How many sacks were there that took away from that running yardage?
What was the sack yardage?
Well, in the NFL, sack yardage comes out of your passing.
It does, yeah. In college, it comes out of the running game, but not in the pros. There were a lot of sacks, though.
It just seemed like...
Every time he dropped back, there were Lions dropping back with him. 7 sacks.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it just seemed like, man, they were getting in the backfield so much that Lamar Jackson really couldn't get set, and the play seemed like it was broken up so much before it even had the opportunity to begin. And I mean, Lamar Jackson can only do so much under those situations.
Yeah, I thought he was really good throwing the ball, especially given everything you said. But he's still 288 yards, completed, I think, over 75% of his passes. So that was impressive. But Derrick Henry, 3 straight weeks with a fumble. That was a good shot of him throwing the helmet under the bench on the sideline, the frustration level. But that goes back to your point too. That was because Hutchinson was in the backfield, and then the play goes up the middle, so he's coming from the blind side and punching the ball out while Henry's looking, at 2 linebackers that are trying to bring him down. So even then, they're upfield again.
The offensive linemen, they did not have gap integrity.
There it is.
You got to get a hat on a hat.
They did not do that. So now the Lions improved to 2-1, but the Ravens dropped to 1-2, and they will play the 1-2 Chiefs next week. 2 teams that have been having a lot of success off to poor starts, and somebody's going to fall to 1-3. The injuries piling up. The 49ers lose Nick Bosa, torn ACL, right knee. He's done for the year. Niners are 6-12 all time when he's missed games due to injury, and obviously he's going to miss 14 games. Not a good sign.
No.
Pass rush goes away, team starts losing. Chargers confirmed Najee Harris is out for the season with the Achilles tendon injury. And the Cardinals, James Conner, undergoing foot surgery, not his ankle as initially thought, but he's out the rest of the year as well. CeeDee Lamb, injured reserve, high ankle sprain against the Bears. He'll be out a minimum of 4 games. So, adjust your fantasy rosters accordingly. There you go. Deion Sanders expressing his belief that his son Shedeur will start for the Cleveland Browns this season. On the Kelsey Brothers New Heights podcast, Coach Prime said he told Shedeur to be patient and be ready. You got to be ready when it's time, but when it's time, you're going to know, and it's coming up.
It's Coach Sanders, it's Deion, it's Sanders, but our show is not going with Coach Prime.
I got a prediction. I ain't telling anybody. I got a feeling when it's going to go down, but it's going to go down this year. He's going to get a shot.
I think he should just stop with that. That's over there. You're the coach of Colorado. Just worry about that.
And let your kid do whatever, and don't cast a long shadow.
Just let that play out as it plays out. He's not there every day. He's not coaching. He's not watching film. He has no idea. I realize he's a dad, but and I've always said anybody who coaches their son, they're a dad first. They're a coach second. And I've seen it a million times over. That's why I advise against it, especially at the higher levels. Unless you're at the lower levels, if your kid is just dominant, then it's nobody can complain. But I don't see any positives of him talking about his kids at the professional level anymore.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
I mean, I was suited up all week last week. My availability was never in question. But, I mean, yeah, just now it's on West Virginia. Let's go attack it.
That's Devin Dampier on his health status. Kyle Whittingham at his press conference confirming that Dampier didn't practice Tuesday and Wednesday and partially available Thursday.
I thought we don't talk about injuries.
I know, and nonetheless, there it was.
Well, why didn't you call him out on it? You were there. I wasn't there.
He eventually did call himself out on it. And his answer, we don't talk about injuries.
But you just did.
He did.
Did you say, well, you just did?
No. I did not have the microphone. Nor
Raise
do I
your
want
hand.
Nor do I. Oh, I did. Trust me.
Trust you?
Yes.
Wow, now you rip Utah for their lack of media availability, and now you're ripping them for not calling on you?
No, they called on me twice.
Well, then,
but you don't get it right then. As you know, there's a half dozen or more people raising their hand.
Then go to the seventh person. Then you can say it. I thought you said you didn't talk about injuries.
I want him to talk about injuries. I'm not going to confront him about talking about injuries.
That's not. I didn't ask you if you wanted do you want him to talk about injuries?
I do.
He said fine. But that's irrelevant to the point. He says he doesn't talk about injuries, but yet he talked about injuries for Dampier, and that made it imply he wasn't healthy. That's why we lost. Not sure that's the way to go.
The ACC, that's one of our questions. We will get to that. We've got a whole segment planned for that coming up later this morning.
You better believe I do. And I'm going to do the majority of the talking, apparently.
The ACC announced that the league will move to a 9-game conference schedule after meetings in Charlotte, North Carolina, joining the other Power 4 leagues. Unity in the college football scheduling community. As part of the model, they're going to be required to play 10 Power 4 games. It's taken more than a decade, but it looks like everybody's lining up here, PK. 9 conference games, 10 Power 4 games. Seeing that across the sport. Didn't know if we'd live to see the day, but here it is.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have, until they go an NFL model where if everyone has the same opportunities going in, and even they have different schedules.
Yep.
Here, as you were saying yesterday, who was it? TCU doesn't play Iowa State and somebody else you're saying. So it's
now TCU plays Iowa State. They don't play Texas Tech or Utah.
Yeah, okay. The scheduling can be so funky with so many teams. You'd have to see who they're playing and how it works out.
The SEC is going to a 9-game schedule. They're going to have 3 fixed opponents, and then the other 6 games will rotate through the league.
What are they, dogs?
Fixed. Nice. They'll play the 3 teams identified as their rivals. Sometimes that's a better fit than others. They'll play those teams 4 years in a row, and they'll play the other teams twice in a 4-year span.
Don't forget to get your SEC teams sprayed and neutered.
That was fairly random, but good work. Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy said he had no interest in considering this his final season in charge of the Cowboys, telling reporters he 100% intends to be at OSU beyond this season after his team was beaten by Tulsa Friday and speculation began. I'm under contract here for, I think, 3.5 years. When I was hired to take this job, ever since that day, I put my heart and soul into this, and I'll continue to do that until at some point, if I say I don't want to do it, or if somebody else says we don't want you to do it.
Yeah, I think that the latter is the key there.
Yes, the latter seems like the more likely scenario right now.
Yeah.
UCF offensive line coach Sean Clark passed away yesterday at the age of 50. He had been hospitalized after experiencing a medical emergency September 9th. Former head coach at Appalachian State. 50. Way young.
Don't take it for granted, man.
Right. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
Houston Rockets starting point guard Fred VanVleet has a torn ACL and will likely miss the entire season. Suffered the injury in a recent off-season workout. That leaves a hole in the Rockets lineup right there. They added Kevin Durant. A lot of hope, a lot of hype, but they're going to be missing Fred VanVleet now.
Yeah, he has built an outstanding career for himself. What was it, Wichita State? Is that where he went? And undrafted, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, has found a role over there in Toronto. And then for Houston, which is all in, pushing their chips in. You know, they've been building. But when you get a 37, 38-year-old Durant, whatever he is right in that age, I think he's 37, you're trying to win right now. And VanVleet, obviously a veteran guy. So, yeah, I think that's a major blow.
Coming off a 52-win season last year. Super high hopes, but now they got to figure out how to do it without him. Miami Heat guard Tyler Hero underwent foot surgery. He's going to miss about 8 weeks. And Steve Nash joining the Suns organization as a senior advisor. Of course, he was a 2-time MVP. He was the man in Phoenix there in the early 2000s.
That's a fact.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag college basketball.
I told myself that when I got to the point where I could not give it my all, where I wasn't necessarily 100%, where I couldn't be the relentless competitor that you expected of me, that it was going to be time. And as hard as it is to say this, I reached the realization that it's time for me to step aside.
Auburn head coach Bruce Pearl announcing he was retiring yesterday with some dramatic music there behind him.
I like it.
Ending his 11-year run. Auburn's been to the Final Four. He's had some good times there in Auburn. His son, Steven, will take over as head coach on a 5-year deal.
Well, do it late, so they have to give it to your son. They can't.
Exactly. Too late to go to get somebody else. Got to keep it in-house.
We'll see how that works. I mean, I have no idea. Pearl was a figure. And I know you're going to say no, but did you see what Wilbon said about him?
Wilbon said something about, I did see it. He said that...
divisive, and I hope he was pressured.
Yes. And Kornheiser's just like, I liked it. He's a good guest. We're on different sides of the fence. And then Wilbon sat there and scowled at the camera.
He's
till they went to video for whatever the next story was.
Divisive, and I hope he was pressured because he had politics that I didn't like.
I'd assumed that what it was.
Well,
I
there's
literally,
nothing else to assume.
I know. I Googled it to see if there was a quote or something that I could pull up.
Sure,
I didn't see
he
the
said
quote.
he espoused conservative views. I mean, there's a few guys over there that might have been considered divisive on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and I never heard a word. Not looking for PTI for my politics. But Bruce Pearl, yes. I had the opportunity to work out with him in the Santa Clara Marriott many years ago. And even back then, when he was coaching for Milwaukee.
Oh, before he went to the SEC.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was at Tennessee, too, for Auburn. Yeah. So he was on his way up.
Yeah.
But,
and I was on my way down. I had already peaked.
You had?
In my legendary non-distinguished career. Yes. And so I think BYU was up there at Cable Car Classic or something. So we were up there for several days. And so I worked out with him a couple of times, and just in the hotel gym. And even then, man, he was a charismatic.
Was he chatting you up in the gym?
Oh, yeah. It was just the two of us.
Yeah.
You've been in hotel workout rooms.
Yeah, but sometimes people just do their own thing.
That's
down.
not who he is.
Not him. He's got to engage. He did that thing it was at a Tennessee women's game. He was shirtless and painted the orange with the student section.
Jumping up and down.
I think Pat Summitt was still coaching at that point, and she was just laughing, shaking her head.
How could you not?
I can't believe you did that.
He was an entertainer along with being a college coach, and he won and all that stuff. And I think he had some NCAA problems at Tennessee or something along those lines. But he certainly was that. Who's the golfer from Fiji? What's his name?
Vijay Singh?
Yeah. And I had the opportunity to work out with him in the Marriott when they would play in Vegas. And he had a personal trainer, and it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's just the three of us. And every time I even just hinted to move my head 1 degree to look at what they were doing, that trainer would just look at me and snarl, "You stay away from us. You don't get within 10 feet of us. Do you understand me?" He didn't say it, but that was
But
what
the
he was
body
saying.
language?
Oh, my gosh.
The body language was peak John Stockton? There was a cone of privacy around you?
You don't come in this circle.
Dude, at this point, I'm 25-year media member. And I'm a golfer, so I'm just seeing what does a professional golfer, what does his workout do that I could implement that might be able to, I'll never be.
And you're across the room, and you don't want to talk to him, and nonetheless, you're getting the glare.
Oh, yeah. He would, every time I'd stop and look to see they're doing something that, it's obviously a golf-centered
golf-related,
workout.
right. What muscle group are you working? How are you stretching or lifting?
And he's going to play that day. Because it's Saturday morning.
Yeah, and Vijay Singh was really good, so he probably made the cut.
Yeah, right, yeah.
He was really good.
Yeah, but that guy, the glare he gave, and I wasn't going to say a word.
Yeah.
Because,
right.
But I know how you see.
No, I know how you are in public. Yeah, but you'd be curious.
And Bruce Pearl practically invited me out for dinner. He was so gregarious and so warm and so friendly. And I had no clue who Bruce Pearl was at that time. And since, obviously, I followed him from a distance.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
The sellout crowd once again on its feet here at Petco. First pitch, Fermin swings, lines it into center field. That'll do it. Freddie Fermin walks it off as Bryce Johnson scores, and the Padres are headed back to the playoffs in 2025.
Padres beat the Brewers 5-4 in 11 innings. Coming from behind a couple times, down 3-1, down 4-3 in extra innings. They get a run in the 10th and a run in the 11th, so they are in as they beat the Milwaukee Brewers. Fourth time in 6 years. Only 3 games. Cardinals beat the Giants 6-5. That was a wild game going back and forth. And the Braves beat the Nationals 11-5.
It always fascinates me how in other sports, if you make the playoffs, great, especially when you know you're going to make it. But in baseball, when you know, and clearly they've known for weeks they were going to be in, but yet there's still a big celebration. It's the only sport that does that.
Yeah, that's not really an NBA thing, is it?
No. Not for a team that is known for weeks.
Right. They've been sitting in playoff position. This isn't Cleveland or Seattle putting together a huge run.
Yeah, it's funny how that is. And the bottom one here, that MLB, well, you read it. You do it. You better job than me.
Major League Baseball owners voted unanimously Monday to approve the sale of the Tampa Bay Rays to a group headed by real estate developer Patrick Zalupski, who plans to keep them in the Tampa-St. Pete area. I think it had gotten to the point with the previous ownership group, there were toxic relationships. That might be a tad dramatic, but I don't think they wanted to help him build a stadium. Now, presumably, a new face, a new voice, maybe a new financial agreement. Maybe that makes the stadium more likely.
Well, when I seen this, as they say up here,
you're going to relate this to baseball on the Wasatch Front.
The Baseball Network on my satellite this morning with Eduardo Perez and that other guy, Steve Phillips, and they were discussing expansion big time. Mm-hmm. And both of them mentioned first, actually,
Salt Lake City.
Yeah. I think it's given that Nashville's in.
Yeah.
Because that
there's a little
is
pushback.
Like the hot place to be.
There's a little pushback against Nashville, but not enough to stop it from happening.
No, I haven't read any pushback, but obviously you have. Yeah. And so they were pumping up, and Eduardo says, "Oh, don't forget Salt Lake City." It's funny because Phillips had just mentioned Salt Lake City, and then Eduardo said, "Don't forget." Well, he did mention it, but they were talking about that at length, and it just seems like the Mo is there. Now, there's other teams or other cities, I should say, too, so you never know until you know. In this case.
But all the people who you think would have inside information all point at Salt Lake.
Yeah, and they were talking about expansion fees being $2 billion. Oh.
Hey-o.
Wow.
Big pile of cash right there.
Yeah, that's just amazing. But if they do this, if the Millers pull this off, this will be, I think, even with the Jazz. Maybe you consider they weren't a big-time city then, so it was a little bit more risque.
Point is, it'll be a
seismic
move, nonetheless.
Yeah, right, because we have AAA, obviously, but having MLB and then all the stuff that goes with it, because nobody just builds a stadium anymore these days. It's all this other stuff.
You're going to build a neighborhood.
Entertainment districts, and they can really change the complexion of your city for sure. So, oh, man, and it gets me excited just thinking about it. I know it's several years away. I hope I'm still around, probably not working then, I understand that, but at least being able to partake of it as a community member, because I think that would be just awesome.
The only pushback I've heard on Nashville is that their organizations, the Braves at the forefront, maybe the Cardinals a little bit too, that draw a lot of fans from Nashville and aren't super excited to have a team there, but it looks like it's going to happen despite those objections.
Yeah, but I think baseball is a sport that... it's okay on that way, because I think so many people go to the games to just hang out on a summer night.
Mm-hmm.
And you get in a playoff, that's another story.
Right.
But I'm talking about just
the number of people,
night
the number of people we know who go on a vacation and then take in a Major League Baseball game between two random teams.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out. They don't know the teams. They don't care about the teams. They don't it's lots of people are checking off ballpark bucket list. You're doing it.
I am.
I got family members doing it. It's a very common thing. Even the people who aren't way into it are like, well, I've been to half of them. There's no plan to get to the other half, but you're still like, yeah, I've seen half of them. And you're just kind of cruising the games when you're on a trip.
God willing, I'll get there.
There you go. How far away are you?
I think the closest one is like 8 hours away.
you've done everything nearby.
Yeah,
But how many? I was thinking number of stadiums.
Oh, you said how far away I was. I think
how far away are you from
8
completing?
hours
6
from
stadiums.
Colorado, 10. Well, it won't be 6 hours away from Vegas.
That a kid.
I think I need 4.
Okay. DJ and PK.
Looking forward to it.
Hashtag NHL.
Utah Mammoth beaten 6-1 by the Anaheim Ducks in NHL preseason action. Dylan Guenther tallying the lone goal for the Mammoth in the loss. Next preseason game Thursday night in Las Vegas. Got to play on the road. They're still over there building stuff at the Delta Center. Lengthen the building season by keeping the team on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling. I heard they traveled day of again, which they did going to Colorado.
They've done last preseason was the same thing. A lot of day of travel.
Yeah, I know, right? Just get there. What is trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Frank Dolce, former U quarterback, will be here at 8 o'clock. Chris Anderson, publisher of Ear Sports, covering West Virginia, is going to join us at 9 o'clock. DJ and PK, it's 97.5 The Zone, the question of the day. Hot takes or toast? Coming up next.